Talk to a camera and walk into a tree drill. Welcome back to the channel. Me and Josh are out here walking a new piece neither one of us has ever hunted. Kind of looking to see if we think some bucks live out here and on this piece. It's kind of a big ridge with briars and planted pines and a few scattered cypress palms. I want to see if there's oaks that might be dropping close to where a buck would lay and feel comfortable and come up there and eat for an archery hunt. And looking for old rubs and rut sign. In case we don't want to archery hunt, we can come back in here during general gun if we think it's worth it. Got mad at that one, it broke off up here. There's a lot of these little openings out here. There's been scrapes around some of these trees. Go to rub. Shit. Just right there. Falls off into a deep cypress right there. I was walking this kind of a edge of pond over here, and this little finger just went across here. You probably hear the traffic in the background right off the highway. That scrape I just showed was right over there. There's a couple small rubs. There's kind of a gap, gap that goes around the end of this pond right here, cypress pond. There's a couple of little rubs right there, and another trail that goes down that edge. But you can see where they've been coming around the end of this pond. Real big. Hopefully all I do full of water come hunting season, but it needs to come on. The rub shining right there. There's a bed right up here on top of this hill. Maybe a nighttime bed or a doe bed or who knows. No, this fly is coming through here. I guess it's an old triumph from years ago. It's man-made, but it pinches them down right here, so we're going from A to B. I'm gonna throw a trail camera up. It's one of them high dollar cameras right there.
Only the best.
$626.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to find good stuff like this. Only the best for Mr. Norwood there.
Alright, we got her up. I'll show you what it's looking at. Down here on camera level. You can see that this bank right here just falls off, and you can kind of see that little gap that runs through there between that scrape I showed you was right over there, and then the rubs kind of came down in here to this elevation, and it's just coming, them deer are just traveling around the point of this pond right here. I think there's probably going to be some beds on the other side over there, but we didn't walk it. But We'll see what we get on camera here. A decent old rub there. Yeah, there's the camera. Yeah, they're using this. There's a lot of these small old rubs. We saw quite a bit of old sign, scrapes and licking limbs and rubs and stuff kind of scattered around that first piece we looked at. We just jumped in the truck and came down the road a little ways. You're gonna walk in here and look at a couple points I've been looking at on a map, see what they look like. Maybe throw a camera up if there's anything worth getting a picture. Bed of sorts. I don't know what it is. It hadn't been used too recently. He's out here in this dry pond. Don't need all the deeper stuff to have water in it. Give them a little better place to lay, and then more of a defined edge to travel. How it is now, they can just go wherever they want to. This is the deepest part of this pond. You can see all the tracks coming out here. I'm sure it's water when there was still water. There's a puddle from today's rain. There's a thick old clear cut out here. It's probably 25 acres. It's got these deep, little small, deep flag pond, proper pond in it and around it. We're just walking the edges now, kind of fast, back towards the truck. Let's see if there's anything worth looking at on the edges of these ponds and clear cut on the transition line. So far we haven't seen much except for a few old rubs. I guarantee you a deer could lay out here though. That's rub slick. That's what I'm talking about, finding rubs where there's no reason for a deer.
Shouldn't be a rub.
Yeah, no reason for a deer to be here other than lay down. No, I never turned it off. There's a rub right there from last year. Out here in this pond. Scratch on open a little bit. There's a rub there. Looks like two rubs right there. See, it could be hogs. You can see where something's coming through this grass and bending it over. It rained today, so I can't see any kind of tracks. The T1 lays right there when the water's right. You can kind of see the indentation. Yeah, this would be a perfect buck bed right there. It's almost dark, and I think it's still about 108 degrees with 200% humidity. We didn't see much on in this spot. Some old rubs and old beds, but I was hoping there'd be some water in some of these deeper ponds, and there ain't. It's all dry. It's gonna be hard to narrow them down if we don't get a lot more rain. We made it back out. We didn't see a whole lot on that spot there, except for I marked that bed we just saw because I feel like a buck would use that if that pond has water in it. I think now it's so dry they're probably just using stick for cover, and they're not really in these ponds because where the water was, there's no vegetation. It's all open. They could be on the edges of them, but imagine they're using these thicker edges instead of being out in the pond right now. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm ready for a cool shower, and we'll see you on the next one.